dream of famous people. And I don't mean daydream, I mean dream. And I don't think it's because I worked in Hollywood either, because I was dreaming of famous people way before that. I think it just intensified after my stint in LA as an assistant. Although it can be annoying to have the dream life of Us Weekly magazine, it's kind of fun too. The first one I can remember was a dream where I was camping with Bono. This was in the 90s. We were in a tent in the forest. We were making out. It was awesome. He was wearing his usual leather getup and sunglasses. Not really practical garb for camping, but whatever, he's Bono. I was so pissed when I woke up. It took me more than several moments to come down from the dream. I was all smiles for the rest of the day. Around this same time, I had a dream where Keanu Reeves and I were in my parents' kitchen. We were standing over the sink looking at pictures of us making out. We were burning them. I guess the relationship had gone south. I woke up saddened by the breakup. I have had not so pleasant celebrity-studded dreams as well. In high school, I had a reoccurring dream that I was having sex with Joe Pesci. You probably remember him from Goodfellas and a million other mafia movies exactly like Goodfellas. Anyway, in my dreams, we were having these hot and steamy sexual encounters. Every night, for what seemed like forever, I would have these dreams and wake up all flustered and confused. While dressing for high school gym class every morning, I would update my best friend on the Joe Pesci situation. Okay, so last night, Joe and I were at an Italian restaurant, right? Oh no, my friend would say, not again. Yup, I would reply, both slightly dismayed and a little excited. So we were at this real typical Italian restaurant, right? And all of a sudden, Joe yanks the tablecloth off and all in one fell swoop and all the dishes come crashing to the floor. Then he grabs me and throws me onto the table where we, you know, Jen, I think you should see somebody. Seriously, this is getting out of control, my friend said. I know, but really what can I do? I tell her I'm a prisoner of my own sleep. The Joe Pesci saga finally ended the night of the Oscars when Joe walked onto the stage to accept his Academy Award for his performance in My Cousin Vinny. I don't know if anyone recalls this event, but of course I do, because by this point my nightlife was completely dominated by our relationship. There he was on stage, and my heart sank. What had happened to my Joe? He had let his hair grow and his beard was long and unruly. He wore dark sunglasses and appeared rumpled and kind of discombobulated. Not the manicured man I was used to. He looked awful. He had really let himself go. I felt gross, dirty. As he made his speech, I realized that although the relationship had its special moments, it was time to move on. He was no longer the man of my dreams. Get it? Okay. One time I had this dream where Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox were the proprietors of the bakery. This bakery was located in a rundown section of Evanston, near the house where I grew up. Their specialty was cupcakes. I was interviewing for a job as their head cupcake baker. I was terrified. In the interview, they kept asking me to solve these hard multiplication and division problems. I am terrible at math, and I began to sweat profusely. Not really the quality you want in a head cupcake baker. I remember really wanting them to like me, and remember thinking I had never seen such skinny women with such defined arm muscles in all my life. Then Courtney caught me staring at their arms and gave Jennifer a look as if to say, this girl is nuts. I woke up really hungry, but I'm pretty sure I didn't get the job. I had a dream about Conan O'Brien. He got in the middle of a gang fight and ended up being thrown into a tree, suit and all. I felt badly for him. I have always felt sort of badly for Conan O'Brien. He's such a dork. I had a dream that Matt Damon and his family came up to me on the street near where I work and asked me for a restaurant recommendation. I was instantly flattered. I recommended this little corner bistro with a cute outdoor patio. Later, after I was leaving work, I saw Matt and his family finishing up their meal. Matt called me over to let me know that I had been right. The restaurant had been a perfect choice. We chatted briefly about how Ben Affleck was a jerk, and then began making out. Probably the most memorable dream I had was the one starring Mel Gibson. I had it rather recently. We were at a Wendy's. Mel looked terrible. He was all sweaty and his hair was all akimbo. So there we were at Wendy's, and all of a sudden sudden, two of my coworkers bust in with guns. The coworker I call Lazy and the coworker I call Lazier. So Lazy and Lazier bust in the Wendy's with these semi-automatic weapons, flailing them around like idiots, which they kind of are in real life, so that makes sense. I'm not afraid of them. Mel, on the other hand, goes berserk. He begins to totally freak out. I try to tell him that it's okay, that I know these guys, but he will not be consoled. I try and tell him to get in touch with his inner lethal weapon and his inner Braveheart, to be strong and that we'll get through this together. But no dice. Mel is gone. He then urinates on himself. Oh, great, I think. My coworkers will never let me live this down, especially Lazier number 2. Oh, Lazier. She has it in for me anyway. My coworkers finally notice Mel and me. Mel begins to yell loudly at them. But here's the thing. When he yells, it isn't in English. He's yelling at Lazy and Lazier in Aboriginal. Now, I'm not sure if that's even a real language, but that's what he's doing. And instead of my coworkers looking at Mel as if he's crazy, they yell back in Aboriginal. Although I can't understand a word they are saying, I can tell that things are clearly escalating. What must be heated Aboriginal swear words are being thrown around. I am now worried. What if Lazy and Lazier shoot at Mel and I get shot instead? Oh, hell no, I think. I am not taking a bullet for this guy, no way. Matt Damon, maybe, but not this one for free. First of all, what if I'm forced to use my karate to protect myself and let the cat out of the bag that I am a triple black belt, which is supposed to be top secret? I make a run for it. I leap over the Wendy's counter and run out the back door. Mel, Lazy, and Lazier in hot pursuit. Then I wake up. I'm all sweaty and now my hair is all akimbo. I drink a glass of water, very disoriented but happy the dream is over. As I look in the bathroom mirror, I ask myself, why is it that my dreams are invaded by celebrities? Is this an affliction? And if so, do other people suffer from this affliction? What does it mean about me? Is something wrong with me? Is my life so boring that the only excitement I get is when I'm sleeping? Oh, who cares, I tell myself. I'll figure it out this week in therapy. And I hop back into bed where Brad, Angelina, and what is sure to be a host of others are eagerly awaiting my return.